Hey, Bellringer fans, it's Monday, December 4th. Yeah, December already, and what a weekend that was, huh? Pretty good. How was your weekend? Mine was great. And anyway, we're getting ready. We were down in the nitty gritty as we are. Last week, we spent our whole week with photosynthesis. Today, we're going to move on and we're going to spend time with the other half of that equation. Well, that equation flipped, which is cellular respiration and the different ways you can actually get the stored energy out of those glucose molecules. All right, so let's do this Bellringer today. All right. Hey now. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn on time. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class. This week we did the lab photosynthesis where you took a Lodia plant, right? A Lodia, and you put in some carbonated water, and it was yellow, and then we let it sit overnight, and now look at it, it turned blue. Why did it turn blue? Because the plant inside used up all the carbon dioxide. Bromothimal blue is the indicator that indicates the presence of carbon dioxide. And so if it's blue, like mine here was very blue, that means there's no more carbon dioxide left in that water, right? It's for the Lodia to do photosynthesis with. Right, so that was our lab last week. Products of photosynthesis are glucose, which is this monosaccharide sugar, and oxygen gas, which is actually a waste product technically. Although plants, to be honest, use the oxygen that's in the waste product for the next step we're going to talk about, which is called respiration. Let's see, last week we also took the test. Yeah, I wanted to look at the test real quick before we move on. An elderly man went to the hospital. He felt tired and was coughing and dehydrated. At first, the doctor thought he had pneumonia. An x-ray showed a spot on his lung. Because he was a heavy smoker, the doctor expected to find a tumor. Instead, the surgeon discovered a pea seed growing inside the man's lung. When the seedling was removed, the patient quickly regained his health. Now, first of all, how do you get a pea seedling in your lung? You got to breathe in the pea. But that's not the question. The question was, state whether the pea seedling could have continued to grow and develop in the lung over a long period of time. And the answer, of course, is no, it could not. Pea in your lung because there's no light. A lot of you were able to tell me there was moisture in there, and there would definitely be carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, but it would be missing light. Light would be the key thing. So no light, no pea growing. Gave a lot of people a problem, HIV infection. And I think it's because it's typical of a Regents type question where they give you a lot of information, but when you actually read the question, state one specific way that makes the body unable to deal with other pathogens, right? They're basically asking, do you know why HIV, what kind of disease it is? Even if you never read any of this stuff or looked at the picture of it budding, you can answer this question. You know that HIV affects white blood cells. So it reduces the ability of white blood cells to fight infections, especially T cells, or what we call the CD4 cells. So that's typical of a Regents question. They do this on purpose. They do this to kind of be misleading, like to make you think you're supposed to draw the answer out of there, when actually they could have just said, just tell one way that HIV affects the body and makes it unable to fight pathogens. And yeah, so that's why we do these Regents questions to practice. Get a good taste or flavor for them, for sure. Next test will be in January, and our next test will be the midterm exam. And you guys haven't been in high school very long, but what we do in high school is at the midterm, the second semester, or before the second semester starts, right after the second quarter, we give what's called a midterm. It's a comprehensive exam. And so what I'll do is I'll give you a Regents exam that covers the stuff we did in the first half of the year, and that'll be sometime in late January. It'll be announced, and everybody takes their finals, or the midterms, on the same day and that kind of thing. The nice part about that, after the midterm, in the spring, I won't give you a final exam because you have to take the Regents. The Regents will count as your final exam, right? So That's kind of nice. That saves you a test anyway. All right, so anyway, looking forward to studying cellular respiration this week. And yeah, let's make it a good one.